Hi, I'm Dannick. My sister and I, Marianne, own Van Serenity. If you can have a look outside, it's the perfect advocate weather for why we own a van. We wanted something small and compact, so we didn't have a massive long wheelbase van. Driving through cities, it's a lot easier, it's a bit less daunting, but it was really important that it could also sleep and drive for. As you can see, for such a small wheelbase van, it opens up really nice, and that was our main aim. That was what we were really looking for when we designed it. It's got some lovely little quirky features. One of my favorite is the spice racks. They just twist off. And then twist back on again, which is really nice. It's got a wine rack with wine glasses, these little spotlights, so we can have sort of like reading lights when you're sleeping, and it's got another one on the other side for like cooking as well. Just gives you a little bit more light while you're doing things, but otherwise the fairy lights are really nice and cute. And we did put an extra thing of light, so it's got the dot lights, which just give another little bit of light, which is also really nice if you've got the top down and the kids or something are sleeping upstairs. You can turn the fairy lights off so they don't have light upstairs, but you can still keep a little bit of light downstairs. So you get 23 litres of water that runs from there, and yeah, the gas hobs for cooking. It's got a little Bluetooth speaker, which is kind of all it needs. We were thinking of putting in like bigger systems and everything, but for such a small space, we found that that's all it needs. Gas heater, which is very useful in weather like this. Super simple. It just connects straight from the gas bottle. It runs up. You just hit heating on and click that straight on, and then it's just a thermostat. There's nothing else to set up. The heating comes out here. And we've found that with this size van, even with the pop top where you will lose a lot of heat, you need to blast it for 5-10 minutes, and then it keeps it toasty, like almost too hot. So it's really nice to have that, and I guess that's another plus for having a small van, is it heats up and stays warm really well. Behind the driver's seat. This was a really nice feature that the guys from Rustic Simplicity, and this was just a stunning find from them. That's a really nice table, which we really like. Bit of artwork on the sidewall. This was like an add-on for a little bit later, because we got the pop top made for the van. It wasn't bought with the van. We bought the van and then got a company to put the pop top in. And they normally do like your standard conversions that you would normally see in these sorts of vans. So usually this grey carpet comes all the way down, it's sort of like the standard look that you find. Obviously, because we were doing something a little bit more quirky with it, the top was still quite grey and it didn't quite, I don't know, fit in. So we were thinking of trying to put something at the top, and we just thought we'd put, I don't know, I really like how it changes colours, kind of like the seasons. And there's just a whole lot of just really beautiful photos that we found. So yeah, we added a fridge in. It's not huge, but to tell you the truth, I was worried about size. I thought that it wouldn't really fit that much in it, but to tell you the truth, it fits everything we need whenever we go traveling in that. Yeah, it's really nice. It runs off electricity. So we didn't go with the three-way fridge, we went just with the electric fridges. We got kind of warned away from the three-way fridges. This one runs straight off the solar panels. Everything's run straight off the solar panels, and we haven't had any issues with it. In winter, you'll need to click the engine on every now and again if you're sat for more than 5 days, but the solar panels sort of charge the batteries up. Driving charges the batteries up. So it kind of, yeah, we haven't had any use for like external hookup, even with the fridge, which is really nice. Electric wise, we went with a flexi solar panel, so it can go up onto the roof, and it works with the pop top as well. We sort of designed a little system that we didn't even have to cut through the roof. It just comes in through the back, through the lights. And I think it's 175 watts. I think, you can't hold me to that. And the batteries, which live under here, we went with two 6-volt. that we ran parallel to make one 12-volt battery. It makes it more deep cycle, which means that you can run it down and bring it back to life a lot more than just a 12-volt battery. So I stuck to that system on my boat and it's worked incredibly well, so I thought I'd just replicate it. It costs a little bit more, but not a huge amount, and if you're replacing them we'll replace these maybe every 7 years as opposed to every 3 or 4, so actually it's quite a lot cheaper. So in this cupboard, we have our gas locker, a 23-litre water container. It's a really simple setup. We tried to go everything as simple as possible. Basically, it just has a pump on the end of the hose, which just pumps straight out to the tap. And then when you want to refill it, you can either put a hose straight in or you can just lift the whole thing out. We wanted to make something that's important that comes out, because you may not have access to a hose. You might just pull up and there's a tap there. And if it's something where you can only just plug into the van and fill it up, then that's just not only going to work with a hose. So that's what we decided to go with. And then the gas locker, so it's nice and safe. So these are gas safe. Basically, it just means that it's airtight and it's got a hole that goes straight through to the bottom. So in the extremely unlikely circumstances where you might have a gas leak, all the gas just drains straight out. Got a really cute little cupboard here, which pops open. So in here we just have chopping boards, plates, knives. We have these really nice hanging lanterns that we brought, which sort of turn on. They've got like a little electric flicker, and we hang them up here so they, I don't know, add to the look. They don't really do much, but I don't know, when you're sort of in it and you're going away for a weekend, it makes it feel that it's sort of what it's about, really. It's why I choose this rather than just general camping or a standard hotel or something. I didn't realise I would, but it's the little things that sort of, when you're sitting back, that you sort of, I don't know, like the little wood carving, the little geckos, the artwork on the wall. I didn't realise I'd be so sentimental about it, but it's this sort of stuff that makes like a weekend away or a week away camping so much better in a van. These are called rock and roller beds, which is generally what you'd find in this sort of size van. We thought of building one, but the fact that it's a bed that can seat two with seat belts and it's not only safe but legal, that swung it for us. I was straight away, this was the only option. So to set the bed, I'm just going to wiggle these out. After that, it's as simple as that lever. You just pull it out, pull a little bit, and just pull the bed out. There we are. We have a memory foam mattress that goes on top. I've had to go sleeping on it just with this, if we want to put the memory foam mattress up the top to make it a little more comfortable at the top. And this is really nice and comfortable even without it, but with it, it's way more comfortable. Having a van has just massively changed the way that we've done weekend trips away, how we've felt about it. We do a lot more now. It means we go out and see a lot more as well. You go out and, you know, you plan your next trip, because, yeah, it's just so much nicer to do with a van. Another thing with a short wheelbase is without the pop top, it's quite low and everything then when you're in just becomes hunched over. So putting the pop top in just gives you full headroom. Even, you know, for really quite tall people, you get a huge amount of headroom, which is really nice. And then when you do want to go to sleep, literally just pull down. And it's got the bed already set up there. Climbing up, you can step on everything except for two things. You can't step on these because they break really easy, and we've been told that they're incredibly hard to, well, you just can't replace them. And you can't step up on the wood. But apart from that, you can step on everything else to climb up. I'll show you the amazing weather outside. Wow. That's what we're looking at. This isn't waterproof, so this is just fly screen, but obviously once you close it, it's waterproof, which I might do because of the weather. This curtain here, just for, again, a bit of privacy. That's kind of, we decided to go with, most things we go with magnets, so we just magnet that up. Just makes it really easy to attach. Again, all the cupboards are done with magnets, so they open just for storage, cupboard bits and bobs that you want, food, that sort of stuff. All of these are done with magnets. We found works incredibly well. And the back curtain, the glass that we put, so they're really nice little like portholes in the wood there, which is really, really nice. They've got privacy glass, which is very hard to see through from the outside, but obviously at night time when you've got your lights on, people can see in really easily. So we've got a nice little curtain that we decided to put in, just so we can pull that close. Also for a bit of light pollution at night when you want to, you know, shut it all down to go to sleep. This is a privacy curtain that we have for the front. Again, when you just park up, you don't really want to be on display. So we've just got little carabiners, which red one goes to the red loop, and the white one goes to the white loop. So that way at night you're a little bit more enclosed in, people can't see into, and when you're trying to sleep, it just cuts out a lot more of the light.